See, technology definitely nowadays, technology is very, very helpful for the CFO right now. And it was always there. And we see a lot of technology, like innovations or inventions, especially. And we tested that in post Corona, when the Corona was there. Everything was working from home. So that was a technology that helped us in doing all these things possible. Otherwise, don't know what we have done. And this technology nowadays is very, very important for CFO, because it's not that like CEO will wait for the month end closing and then you tell me where am I right now. You need a real time thing.
This podcast is sponsored by Azdan. And this podcast is sponsored by Heart, Hub of Finance Transformation.
So usually, I don't have exact figure of that information, but from my network, whoever worked in the audit industry, they stay in the audit industry. They excel and grow and reach different horizons. And whoever joined the business operation when it comes to finance, they never join back the audit as well. They stay there and flourish and flower as well. Today we have an exceptional guest where someone managed to move and have the solid audit background understanding, and at the same time move to the CFO in a business operation as well. So Anis, welcome to the show. Happy to have you on the show as well.
Thank you, Mahmoud. Thank you very much for having me here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
If you can just start by introducing yourself, that will be great, Anis.
My name is Mohammad Anis Younus, so you can call us Anis as a short. So a very normal story, like it's all started, like I born and brought up in Jeddah, so I'm a Jeddawi from the heart. My parents are there for now more than 40 years now. So it's all started there that like when you go to the high school, I belong to a very humble family was there. Like my father was the only one who is in outside Pakistan working. Rest we have a the business, like our mentality is all about business. Like let's do business only. But my father has a different concept. He said, yeah, you want to do business, I'm not stopping you from doing that. Okay. I am doing my job for whatever reason. But what I want from you is that at least you have a decent education, and then go do business if you don't want to do the job. The benefit you will have is that you will do business with the education. So that will be your strength. And God forbid, if you failed, you can always come back. You have a qualification or something which can help you to go back to the job if you want to. So it's all started from there, and then we had that in mind that we have to study for something. So when we completed my 12, I moved back to Karachi for higher education. So at that time, you have a ICAP, CA Pakistan, we like one of the best in the world. But when I went there, I said that like there is no harm in assessing yourself that what you can do. I assess myself that ICAP is a very big thing to have. It takes 7-8 years to do these kind of things. So, and yeah, it's a good thing, no doubt about it. But then at that time, I got a different track, like from my teachers, that you do your bachelor's and you do ICMA Pakistan, which is equivalent of CMA of US, what they call it. They said is a good path also, you should be going for that. So I started that journey. I started my bachelor's, and somewhere in 2-3 months time, one of my brother friend, he ended up bringing a brochure of ACCA, and that was a international international designation and qualification. So that inspires me too much that something is there in that. So let's do that. So I I was doing my bachelor's, but let me try this before I go for ICMA. And this was journey started that I went with the ACCA, and then in those times, 20 years ago now, there was a tracks being defined that it's better to go to the audit firm, and then you move to the industry with the right time, or you excel in the audit firm wherever you want. So I was in the same mentality that I have to target audit firm and Big Four only, because if lower than Big Four, then career is not that good. So alhamdulillah, I got lucky thanks to my parents and their prayers and their support. So while I was doing my ACCA toward the end, I got opportunity in KPMG Pakistan, Karachi office. And now we started that journey. Then I qualified my ACCA, and then we used to come Jeddah every year for our Kamar renewal. Very normal. It's very normal. We have to come back every year. So when I came back here, I said, let me find something here also. And I applied and I fortunate enough to got a job in EY, Jeddah office. It was a dream job for me because Big Four in Middle East. And EY was the largest at that time, the largest. There was no comparison. The competition was way behind to EY. So I started my career, okay, now I think let's go EY. I'll be partner one day. I think let's focus on that and let's do that. Now I worked there for like started the junior, then senior, and then I'm AM manager, senior managers. But during that journey, there is no harm, as I said before. There is no harm in assessing yourself, what you are and what you want to achieve, and what you can achieve also. There is no harm. There is no harm in assessing what you can achieve. Now, I saw that partnership is a very difficult thing to have. It is a wonderful thing to have, but it's required a lot of efforts throughout them. Is a very challenging job to have it. I have my own family life balance should be there. Not a life balance or life integration should be there. But with the firm is very, very difficult. It's very challenging market. And again, people do that. So I decided to invest instead of like investing into a firm where I know I'm not that much hungry for have a partnership or I cannot be a partnership. Why not I go to the industry and try to invest there? So maybe one day I become a CFO. It's a big thing to have. So it's all enough that like when you think something and then things automatically get materialized slowly. So then I got my opportunity, the first break in the industry from EY. So I spent 9 years with them. Alhamdulillah, like it was a wonderful opportunity. Now, when I was going for that, I was always feeling that maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Because I have this one problem with me that I love change. Now in the audit, you have multiple clients. I went to more than 100 clients in my career. So everywhere you saw new things. But in industry, you will be doing one thing only. One company, one financials, or that's it, what you will do. But I said, okay, let's see how things will work. So then I went to the industry and then things were completely different. Like you're sitting on the other side of the table now. Previously you're sitting as the auditor, now you're sitting as a manager, finance manager, something. So then I started my journey as a finance manager for almost 4 years at one company. Then during the journey, I keep on upgrading myself in a lot of things because technology was definitely evolving. So we come to that also in a later part. And then slowly things was getting materialized. And then I got another opportunity as a CFO. And that was definitely a big thing to have. So then this is how things has moved. Like, it just happens and keep on happening. So I got this role as a CFO. Okay. It's almost 6 years, almost 6.5 years now.
MashaAllah.
So I'm there. So as of now.
MashaAllah. This is lovely journey. You already answered a few questions when it comes to the journey from the Big Four to the CFO. Now, since you have the view of the double side of the coin when it comes to the Big Four and the business operation itself, what is the main big difference? Because the rules of financials or accounting is the same for both. But if you're going to highlight only the top 3 difference between working for Big Four and working for business operations as a CFO.
Now, I will say that the Big Four, as I mentioned also before, Big Four, definitely the opportunities and exposures are unlimited. You can, like I said, I went to 100 clients in my entire journey. So it's all different, like is retail, FMCG, banking, insurance, car industry, automobile, holding companies, construction, real estate development. So you got all these kind of flavors into that. But again, what you see in the firm, you look at a very, internal auditors are all about like high level, 95% assurance we call it, is assurance services. You look at controls, compliances, risk management, and you do a very high level. You never deep dive into the business itself. Now, if we come to the CFO side, now there was a time where it was a number guy only. He just know numbers. When he sit in the meetings or in the board or anywhere, he know numbers by heart. But those things for last 10 years, the way we see that those are changed now. CFO cannot excel, like he cannot work or he cannot survive for a long time. He says, okay, in numbers. He need to know business very well. If I summarize into the one line only, the only thing I can say, if CFO, if the CEO is not there, and if a CFO cannot run the company, then he's not a right CFO.
True, I agree.
So this is where he know the business very well, because accounting, what is this? Accounting and then reporting. It can be done by machines, or even the people can do all these things. What you know, you should working with the CEO for the strategic direction of the company, to achieve the targets, and how we can grow this business. So this is where, and without knowing the business or customer or your product, your vision, you cannot do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that summarizes it.
There is the same thing, like this one line summarize everything. That
True.
So this is a real difference between these two things. Like he has to be business mindset, and this was more like an audit. We're doing compliance and control and those kind of things.
Okay. Did you find it difficult to manage the transition from Big Four to be as a finance manager in business operation, especially the first few months, for example?
It was a completely different thing. Like, because what we are doing, we're going there with the control testing, and like we have a softwares available. Like being a Big Four in UI, you have all kind of softwares at your disposals. So we use a lot of Excels and a lot of softwares available with us. We just take the data, TV, and everything comes out. We have our own softwares. So we look at a very high level. And then when I become, because I was there until senior manager. So when you're a manager, you don't go on to the clients to do all these petty things. You don't do that. When I come to the industry also, like what I was fortunate enough that the company I joined, it was a startup company. It was 2-3 years ago it was founded, but they were in the construction phase, and they were starting the operations. So there was no ERP, there was no policy procedures, there was no controls in place, nothing was there. So when I reached there, the CFO told me, I need a person from an audit background. That's the reason I hire you, because you know the entire cycle of the company from start to end. Now here is the audit coming in 2 months time, fix everything for me. And whatever you need, we'll give you. So because of that learning, that I know what kind of control should be in place, what kind of compliance should be there, what kind of risk management policies should be there, what policy procedures should be there, how to run the entire entire business. So then I went inside in itself and do fixing each and everything, like posting the entries, fixing all because there was no team as such. And so now that was the completely different experience. And I got, again, there are no people sometimes go to some big companies and they have become part of a system. You just follow a system. Here I built my own system. So that was a very good exposure. I got it from shifting from audit to the industry. So that other benefit what they gave it to me, that I can always, whenever something happens, I can just roll off my sleeve and I go in.
Okay.
Because I did that.
Okay.
So that's
I cannot imagine the first discussion in your external audit coming and auditing you, especially after this big part of time spending in the Big Four. Sometimes the question, because I've seen many audits before in my life as well, not being as an auditor, I mean, I got an external auditor and internal auditor as well, questioning few of the stuff as well. And sometimes the questions are a little bit intimidating, asking for multiple samples. So I cannot imagine you sitting after 2 months and external audit, especially if it's an EOI coming to you.
Big Four.
Asking you for a few questions.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's very clear. Right? So we can summarize that Big Four skilled you enough to be ready to cater for that role. And that role was a golden opportunity to blend between the audit background and the business operation, the reality on ground. So you build your own system, as you said,
yes,
which is a very good, solid foundation. Now, if we're going to have a question about, after landing this role as a finance manager, building your own systems, what kind of skills required or supported you to transit from being a finance manager to CFO? In that league, not a lot of people jump from the senior manager, finance manager to the CFO level. Of course, there is other factors associated with the opportunity, with your effort and with the prayers, and whenever the opportunity is there and you can cater for. But I mean, what kind of skills required to make the other transition, not from Big Four to business operation, but from business operation, finance manager to the CFO.
Yeah. Now in that one, what I did when I was doing that is, first, definitely, as I said, I came to the company, we had to build the entire structure. So that was the technical side of the thing, technical knowledge, how to implement the ERP. I implemented the ERP, policy procedure. I founded all the finance policy, HR policy, company manuals, organization chart, all the controls, everything. So that was the technical side. I did it in my first few months of the time. Then what I did is that another thing, because I know that now usually in the finance you have finance and accounting. I was always clear that I want to be part of finance, because in finance you are doing reportings, then you do budgeting, you do forecasting, you do all the variance analysis, you work with the business and work as a finance business partner. Now in those times those concept was not there as such, but it was with what we are doing it, that you need to be a finance business partner with the business. Now what benefit that gave it to me, that I would start learning the business. And my, like, even the CFO was very much supported, and he also know that I'm from this audit background. So he keep on pushing me that, okay, you go the business, understand business, how business has been run. Because if you want to go to the next thing, technical knowledge you have more than enough, you should have it. That is enough. People are there to manage all these things now. You have to build your leadership skills, communication skills, dealing with the other business, other departments. All the departments are there. Going with them, sitting with them, understanding their problems, showing you as not as a policeman, but their support. That yes, variances are there, anything, but how can I help you with my thing? So as I said, in business knowledge is very, very important if you want to be a CFO. So I was very clear on that. So even there was a time also, like I used to go with the CFO for the board meeting also. He exposed me to the board meeting, to the audit, starting with the audit committee. Did you go to the audit committee, you present, then you see a different picture of that. He took me to the board also once, because in those things, boards, yeah, financials is there, but they see the business. So that support I got it from my CFOs. The 2-3 was there in my tenure, and they were very, very supportive in that. So they told me that build your leadership skill, build your knowledge of business, build your communication skill, and be a partner with the other business unit, and you will excel one day.
Okay. Do you think this is the only thing required? We've seen you spending so much time and effort and investment on certification and being fully accredited from different institutes. Do you think the qualifications is required or a must to be as a CFO?
See, qualification, like I did in my earlier career, like I did my qualification in 2003, and then 2005, 2006, I did my CIA. 2003, when I started my career, I did my ACCA. Then in 2005, in 2006 or 2007, I did my CIA. Now there was a story also behind that why I did a CIA. When I did my ACCA, the good part of ACCA, it's covered everything.
Yeah, true.
Like it can go accounting, finance, IT, tax, zakat, everything. It covers everything. There are 14 papers. It's a long journey. Now I thought, like, what is missing is still missing is there. The missing was CIA, internal audit, and more toward a CMA also, some part of that. So I said, let's diversify. I'm external auditor right now, but I'm an audit background, so why not I do a CIA as a backup for me, that when I go to this tomorrow, if I got an opportunity in industry, the only opportunity I can get is like from the audit side is internal audit, definitely.
True.
So let's do that. So I diversify myself. I didn't did okay, ACCA, then CA, then another CA, then another CA. That will not help. Now these qualifications is an entry point for you. These qualifications are sitting on your CV, and that will get you to the table, interview table. At some level, you also get selected on those qualification itself. Because if you are at the junior or at the mid level, they don't see, okay, soft skills maybe is not that, you don't have that much, but your technical skills are available. That judged from the qualification. But after some time, what is become important is your soft skills. At the CFO level, yes, they do check. Like when I got interviewed in the existing company, one of the reason that what thing I was doing in my previous company, they were exactly looking for the same expertise into that person. That is one part of it. Yes, that is important. But they were testing also that, am I able to talk to the people or not? Can I face the chairman sitting in front of me talking to me, or the group CEO or group CFO? Can I manage them or not? Can I talk to them? Can I know business? Or can I know my business, what is really happening, or I'm just reporting? So qualification up to some extent, yes, it will bring you to the table of the interviewer. But in the interview, your skills matter, especially on the high level. You should do qualification, but it's not that you keep on doing it forever. This doesn't have, yes, some different qualification, diversification is different thing. Like ACCA, then maybe if you're looking for banking sector, go CFA. Understood. But not ACCA, then CPA, then ICW, then another CA, then another C. That will not help. Like, it will not add any value to you.
Fair.
This is what I see.
Did you take the CIA after you leave the audit industry or before?
No, when I was in audit, I did at that time. I did in 2007.
It was relevant to take.
Yeah, exactly. So, but diversification for me, that even I didn't get chance in the finance, at least I go to internal audit. At least I have some backup available.
Okay.
So this is how I did.
Now we've seen you attending many conferences and events, connecting with different stakeholders. I got from our friend as well that you spoke recently in one of the events as well in Saudi. As a finance people, sometimes people perceive finance a little bit shy from being on the stage, being on the spot, as you can see now.
Yeah.
Do you think engage and keen to attend such an events is important and critical for finance professionals these days?
Nowadays, your network is very important. They say network is your net worth. They call it. This is what the people says. Now, there are two ways of networking. One is the online, thanks to LinkedIn, they give a lot of opportunity to connect with the professional, but you don't interact with them. When you go to the public, when you go and meet people, yes, you are right in that. Even I am a very shy person. From a background, if you ask my parents also, I'm a very, very shy person. But if I want to build my career and face all kind of people as a CFO or as any senior level person, I need to meet people. Like, I need to interact with the people. Because in conferences and events, the good part is that nobody's judging you actually. You can do some mistakes, blunder in front, because these are friends and circles are there and some professionals are there who also came there to learn. So why not learn together? And nobody will judge you also on that, or your job is not in trouble if you do some mistake in those kind of events. So that is one that shyness will come out, and then you start meeting people. The more you shake hands, the more you learn. And that learning, like I started that almost last year. And this friend you mentioned right now, he was the guy who gave me my first opportunity to as a moderator of a panelist of one panel. He gave me that break. I was extremely like I was terrified completely. How are you going to do that? And he was keep on giving me confidence. And he just be yourself. Will through. So I started that, and I learned a lot. Definitely in the first time, I did a lot of mistake in that. But there was nobody who was judging me or punishing me on that.
True.
So, and even not as a speaker also, we should be going to those events. You never know what you learn, even from 1 half-an-hour session also. And as always, learning is everywhere. You just need to go and meet people.
So you mentioned before that if the CFO nowadays only knows his or her numbers, and walk into the board meeting only knowing the numbers top of head, and that's the only skill that he or she has to succeed as a CFO, it's not relevant anymore. You had a beautiful line that you mentioned that if the CEO is on a travel or on vacation, and if the CFO doesn't know how to run the company same as the CEO, then he or she doesn't deserve to be the CFO of that organization in a way or another. Now, in many organizations as well, they add the IT responsibility information technology to the CFO as well. Let's move into the technology a little bit. What is the role of the technology and digital transformation in the CFO office as we speak now?
See, technology definitely nowadays, technology is very, very helpful for the CFO right now. And it was always there. And we see a lot of technology, like innovations or inventions, especially. And we tested that in Corona, when the Corona was there. Everything was working from home. So that was a technology that helped us in doing all these things possible. Otherwise, don't know what we have done. And this technology nowadays is very, very important for the CFO, because it's not that like CEO will wait for the month end closing and then you tell me where am I right now. You need a real time thing. So one of the major benefit what we got from technology, you can get the number in real time. Anytime you can click the button, trial balance will come out, financials will come out, all the variances will come out. So these things are really helping us, the business, the CFO, the CEO, to get the numbers in real time. Now these things also bring efficiency into the company also. It can help you in the cost reductions also. It can help you in optimizing your cost also. Optimizing your revenue, optimizing your resources. So technology is definitely helping, and it is now the important. Now if anybody is saying that I don't want to use technology, or I cannot depend on technology, then he has to rethink about it, because it has a lot of benefits. Now that is we sitting at the CFO and CEO, we are saying that, but then there's the other part, which is the staff sitting there. They're also afraid. If you bring technology, maybe we got fired or we got obsolete. Now, what they have to understand, that we are bringing technology to help them to automate their tasks, to make their life easy, to make them think out of the box and not doing the same repeated task every month. So that is the real benefit we can see in the technology.
Okay. Now, this is very clear, but if we just want to be more specific here, what kind of technology is top required for the CFO in the digital transformation journey, for example?
Now, to start with, as a baseline, you should have a decent ERP available for you. That is a baseline, you have it. You should have an ERP which relates to your organization, your business. You should not just go and, I want to have Oracle. No. Oracle, SAP, Dynamics, whatever suits your company, should be going for that. So that is your baseline. This is your baseline of ERP. That is the first stage where you are doing all your recordings, everything you are doing on that. Now the next step comes as when the reporting comes. Now then you need to have a good AI softwares, or like I will say power softwares, like Power BI is there, Tableau is there, who are integrated into the ERP. It can help you in getting all the reports you want. And as per your requirement, as per your structure, your dashboard is coming out completely. This is your next phase you should be doing it. On top of that, you can always bring a lot of automation, RPA we call it, robotic process automation, automation there, where it will do automatic matching of invoices, matching of expense claim, following the entire cycle of payments. So those things are on top, helping you to automate the repeated tasks or the clerical tasks. So the people will come out of those regular thing on a daily basis. So that is another step. Then on top of that, if you go further on that, then you have AI or ML, machine learnings are available, AIs are available. Those can help you in your long-term financial forecasting or risk management or getting your reports done, how we can, or even now I was reading somewhere, I'm doing one London Business School course right now, I'm doing it currently, where they are saying the AI and ML, that like how they are using it in a lot of places they are using it. And we thought like, okay, this is AI, okay. So the possibility are immense, there is no doubt about it. It's still the perfect AI is not available. Your basic AI we are dealing, whatever we have it right now is a basic AI. The intelligence is still not available, but human has it. But whatever you have it, you should build on that to the maximum possible. Now all these systems You need to make sure you have a good cybersecurity in place, which cover all your data. But that is the ultimate thing, that because more technology is there, more cybersecurity risk is there. So at the end, you have to make sure your cybersecurity is good enough to control your data and your information is not going out.
Okay.
So this is how the entire thing, the way I see it, is can be used in technology side.
Do you think AI is attacking finance as one of the biggest functions that AI is capable enough to mimic or close many of the roles that we have in finance nowadays, as we speak now?
See, there are, like they say, for clerical work, what I was doing, the passing entry on a monthly basis, system can do very easily. So what I will do is just like, I used to give the example of like people, then when we talk about that, is 30 different one, but like Chat GPT. Now some people say Chat GPT, why are we using Chat GPT? We are losing our own imaginations or our own thinking process. I just say, yes, maybe you're right, but then imagine in a way, when Excel came, 40, 50 years, I don't know when Excel came. If I fight at that time saying, no, I will not use Excel, I keep on using the calculator and the register where I will keep on writing that. What I will say to that guy? So exactly same thing, we are going, same dilemma we have right now. People was, no, Excel, why I use Excel? This means I'm using my intelligence. No, you're not using your intelligence, you're doing something better. So we move from calculator or manual register to the Excel. So what, did I lose my intelligence? No, I think more. That's why I reached to AI right now. So people has to find out, okay, if AI is there, learn it, use it for your benefit, and you can have more things. So don't think, is there. I know in globally, a lot of jobs are being cut, but then a lot of jobs being created also. AI specialists, data scientists, a lot of things are there. So you just need to work with the technology. Definitely, otherwise, if you are obsolete, you will be obsolete.
Yeah, they call the AI moment as a Excel moment, by the way.
Yes.
The same example that you said, that it's a discovery of Excel, now discovery of AI as we speak now.
Exactly.
Now, if for the younger generation, let me put it this way, for university students or new joiner of any industry as we speak now, whether Big Four or business operations in finance or in accounting, what will be your advice for them to aspire and reach their ultimate dream to be as a CFO?
Now, definitely 20 years ago, the things was different for us. The tracks was different. Like it was, we have it is like from the Big Four, you have a good chance of reaching to the high level with the good qualifications and good experiences and good. Now things has changed now. A lot of things has changed. Dynamics has changed in the world. The two most important thing for the finance professional, if they want to excel, is you should focus on your finance business partnering and FP&A. Because these are two things which teach you the business. Until you're not a business person, you cannot excel in finance. It's impossible now. You remain a clerk forever, doing clerical job, and that's it. There is no scope for you. So these two tracks are extremely important nowadays. And definitely these two, along with the whatever technology AIs are coming into the market, you have to learn it. Use the tools for your benefit. Use Power BI. Use anything you have it. Use it. Don't be shy. Like, oh, I'm using Power BI. I'm using ChatGPT. So I'm bad. No, it's not that. Use it for your benefit. So there's no harm in that. But these two things, I think, if you person go in this track, they have a very good chance of going to the level they're looking for.
Okay. I think we covered it all, as we can see now, from business qualification to the soft skills of being as a strategic finance leader, and the technical skills, understanding the business, building your own systems, as you said before, and leveraging on technology as well to excel more. And I fully agree with you that this generation joining now the industry, they are in a different league, if I may say. I think me and you, we're not that relevant as we speak now to give them the advices. I'm a believer, that's my point of view, that even Gen Z or the new generation, I am keen to ask them a lot of questions whenever I see them. What do you see? Show me your TikTok. What kind of page do you have? What do you like? What is your aspiration? What is your ideas? And in that sense. And the only way for that generation, which is the younger generation, to survive is to surf the wave of the technology, not to resist, as you said before. This is the only way to tackle it. Now, at the end of the discussion, any final comments, conclusions, advice for our audience as we speak now?
People give very difficult advices. I give very simple thing, and which is what I did for myself, and I said that also in my talks also. You need to find out what you can do, not what other is doing it. Like as example that like this guy is speaker, I should be speaker. Maybe you are not a speaker. Maybe you're a teacher only, or you're a content writer, and there is no harm in that. If you're not a speaker and if you're a content writer only, there is no harm in that. So just find out that what you can do. Even I did the same thing for me. Like I have a lot of inspirations around me. A lot of people. There are people who are running their own courses. They did build their own courses and now they're doing it online. I'm not. Maybe I'm not a good teacher. Maybe as a speaker, yes, I can go and do that. But maybe I'm not a good writer. So there is no shame in that. I tell just find out what exactly you're looking for, what you can do, and where you want to see yourself. You should be clear on that. You want to be a CFO, or if you don't want to be a CFO, you just want to be a director. You want to work in a big four, being a partner of that firm. You want to have your own business. Whatever is there, there's nothing right or wrong in that. As long as you are happy and financially you should be stable. You should not be going somewhere where there's no financial. You need money also. This is the normal thing. You have to live. So that is one thing. And second thing is weird, but it's a fact of my life. If your parents are alive, take care of them. And you will see the miracles.
I think this is one of the best advices I've ever seen. Even the first advice and second advice applicable in me. Very relevant to me. Thank you so much for this advice. Very simple and very sharp at the same time. And it was really a pleasure having you on the show, and looking forward to connecting with you again as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.